He's out there, so I can just holler for him when you're ready. For
them.
Yeah.
So we recording there. So how y'all doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing great.
We're doing wonderful.
No doubt. See, hey, it was funny because I talked to your husband, and then someone made mention about you coming on. I was like, see, my smokers love me.
Yeah.
My smokers love me. So how have your Friday been? How's your Friday been?
Oh, productive.
Very, very productive. We did some wrestling shoot. We did
We've been shooting content all day.
Very sexy scenes.
Yeah.
Toys, all that fun stuff.
So well, y'all pretty much shot. You can pretty much say the gambit. Y'all did boy, girl, fetish,
everything.
Yes, sir.
We do everything
and all that.
That's what we did today.
So now hold on. Now for the wrestling part, because I'm a wrestling fan.
Yes, sir.
I mean, how physical do y'all girls really get? I mean, is it playful, physical? Or y'all really wrestle?
So this is more of a sexual jujitsu thing. There's multiple wrestling fetish stuff. So like fantasy wrestlers is really more of like your WWE type. But this one was more like sexual wrestling, and if you've ever heard of a vault fight, it's kind of similar to that.
Oh yeah, no, because people don't realize wrestling makes money, guys.
Yeah, I love it. I love wrestling.
It's fun.
And then and who did y'all work with today?
So we had Lora Cross, Moore Bliss, Tatiana Steele, and her husband Ian Steele.
Oh my goodness, that is so great out of this piece. So y'all got some work done. The only thing I did was basically edit a bunch of podcast stuff. So nothing.
That's a lot of work.
That's work too.
That's being productive.
Tedious bullshit that none of y'all want to fucking hear about. So and everything.
Well, we're working on our podcast right now, so we'll launch that hopefully in the near future. We got 2 episodes. I want to have at least 6 before we actually launch our podcast.
Yeah. So what made y'all decide to step into the podcast realm?
So it had to do with really like we do a lot of road trips to drive for shoots and stuff like that, and it just talking all the time while we're driving because you're talking 7-8 hours typically. We just kind of came up with we were discussing it, and it's like, well, we have a fairly unique point of view in this that we've been married for almost 19 years now. We've got 3 teenage kids, and then we both shoot porn and fetish. And we're swingers. So it's just like we have kind of a little bit of everything. And so it just like trying to explain that, like, we do all of these different things, but that doesn't, define who we are. We're not, people think porn and fetish and they instantly, dismiss them.
We just know how to balance it out, family and our life.
What was that, sir? I'm sorry.
I said, how many misconceptions y'all killed just within that sentence?
I'm sorry, one more time.
I said, how many misconceptions y'all killed within that sentence?
Yes, exactly. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were finishing.
No, it's just for me, the biggest misconception. I'm also like a personal trainer, exotic dancer, and I do porn. I don't drink. I don't even smoke. I've never had drugs in my life. So when they say something like a derogatory statement, like, "Oh, you must get high and do this," I'm like, honestly, I've never tried drugs. I've had no interest. I'm actually, I take it seriously. I enjoy what I do, but I want to show people that they're out there that I'm a positive person and try to enforce that being in this positive lifestyle that we have, fitness, having great friends, that you don't have to get high and do all this. That's just my natural personality. And that's how JR and I don't even do all that stuff. We just have fun, and we're going to sleep by 9 or 10.
Well, we're not working.
And our kids are actually athletes. They're in sports. So we're on the road. They're doing wrestling, soccer,
and straight A
students. And we're balancing being that parents for them, as well as trying to get our names out there when it comes to fetish. We just started the fetish world together. I got him into porn to do stuff with me because I've always needed an extra guy. And whine at my husband instead of looking for someone. He's right here.
I'm just a meat puppet, really.
A meat puppet, yeah. So it's helped
The blueprint
us,
next to with the
and
book.
it's that comfort level. Like he got hired in a spot in Vegas. I made this suggestion. I was like, "Hey, I've done porn. What if, like, if you ask?" And he's been practicing his lines with me, the scripts. He actually got hired because they were impressed by his acting and said, "Would you like to do this with your wife instead of me? I mean, you're like way better." So now I get to travel with him as my wonderful like soulmate. I get to like share the adventures. It was getting lonely on the road, so this is probably the best decision of my life. I'm gonna get all teary-eyed, but he encouraged me to do great things, so I appreciate that.
So with that being said, people, hello smokers, and welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know how we start. We start hot. I always start like this. That how we and you know who I am. I'm your host, Kevin, the Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/Porn Rap Star. 4 wonderful sponsors for y'all to know about. They love us, and they've been with us damn near day one. First one being the Facebook, the LS community, lsworld.com. Next up, the hottest adult magazine in the game, eroticismmagazine.com. Also, for you content creators, 90% profit. No hashtag issues, but you consumers, a new place where you consume your XXX content. I'm talking about xsitebunny.com. And last but not least, award-winning, award-nominated. We're talking about smut with voiceover, and they even have a virtual reality to their website. I'm talking about blusherotica.com. Also, we're a proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. So go over to shopgwdistrict.com and get some shopping done, why don't you? Also, check me out on fullyswapradio.com in the mornings 5 days a week. Also, skyhawkafterdarktv.com as well as the BGP LLG app. Now, I had to get through this because them boobies is very distracting. So sit back and let this gorgeous, sexy, tantalizing couple introduce themselves.
Oh my goodness!
Introduce ourselves. Who are you? We never said no names.
Oh, that's right. I'm Jazmine Cruz. I'm a content creator. I'm a traveling model, traveling exotic dancer. I'm a certified personal trainer with 8 fitness certifications. My background is I've done Muay Thai, Krav Maga, Taekwondo, and I just did jiu-jitsu lesson for the first time. Me and Mr. Sexy Bun did our first jiu-jitsu lesson yesterday. And I've done like strong woman competitions, deadlift competition, bench press competitions, and won. So I always say this line to everyone. I'm not just a pretty face. I'm actually very intellectual, and I'm a bad star. I don't curse. So I'm pretty tough, and I'm pretty strong, and I can lift and carry this guy. And maybe even you.
Well, and you, Mr. Cruz.
Yes, sir. And I'm J.R. Cruz, wife of this gorgeous creature right here. Also known as Mr. Sexy Buns in my fetish world. I've been recently started doing fetish and porn with her and with others, of course. And then hopefully soon starting off our podcast of just cruising within the next couple months.
Well, smokers, I don't know where to necessarily start because it was a lot said. So we're going to begin with, first of all, the fact that you a personal trainer, you as a dancer, you do powerlifting and the whole nine. Because Kelly Sheen, I've talked to her about that, of course, and
Yes.
Leah Taylor. Y'all know how I feel about females that, being that lifestyle, I kind of find that sexy as fuck.
Yes, sir.
So it's kind of like, how has that really helped you when it comes to porn? Because when we're filming, it takes a physical toll on the body. People don't realize.
It does take a lot of physical stamina. You got to be in a good mindset, physically and mentally. So I feel like it actually opened my eyes to a different world. I mean, a lot of the moves does require a lot of flexibility and strength and power. So I used to be like, oh, I can handle that, whatever. At the end of it, you're like, holy cow, that was like a jiu-jitsu match, but in sexual positions.
This girl is a beast. She has shot like 10 clips today.
I shot 10.
Everything from
yeah,
sex, girl on girl, lifting carries, wrestling, Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
Oh my
All of
goodness.
the above.
Yeah, like she
I
she
enjoy
keeps
it.
going.
So you was doing so you were doing this like dancing before you got to porn, for the
Yes,
most.
sir.
Yes.
So let's go back. All right, how did you get to the exotic dancing?
It's a fun story.
How did I become an exotic dancer? Is that what you're
Yes,
asking?
ma'am.
So the story was I went online and I saw that these girls were dancing and I was like, that's easy. Anyone can do that. They're on that pole. And I've never been to a female strip club in my life. So JR went with me in New York. And the first experience was traumatic because she had the bushiest pussy I've ever seen in my life. And here I am on the stool, like wearing a vinyl tight outfit, and she's trying to get all over me. And I'm thinking, holy cow, is that how they're all like? Not saying that bushy is it's not my thing.
It's just not your thing.
It's just really not my thing. And it kind of surprised me because I thought I would
Not
be.
everybody feel like going through the jungle.
Yeah, and she was naked. She was naked coming at me, and I'm like nervous, and JR is trying to like laugh at me,
Oh, it was hilarious.
and I was shaking. So at the same time, I've never been in this, and it was like a dungeon, a
Yeah.
very like dark dungeon with curtains, very medieval, like scary. And I thought I was about to be like, I don't know, sacrificed. I was like, what's going on in here? But and then after a while. Afterwards, he calmed me down and said, hey, it's not that bad. Not all girls look like that.
Mhm.
But then I tried it out. The truth is, I really sucked at pole dancing. So he's a former gymnast. So he taught me how to flirt, how to do the crucifix. This guy can really dance. And he was like, you flirt with guys and just go like this with your hair. Would you like to do a dance? Me, I was like a lineman, like on a football. Like, hey, you want to do a dance? It wasn't any flirtatious kind of like gestures, but he got me to warm up, to be myself. And the greatest success of me dancing or any job is just being myself. And I think that's really carried me over. And I thank JR for that because my Twitter has definitely increased a whole lot from like 3 years ago. My Instagram, everything, because he said, show your down to earth personality, show that you're genuine and sweet no matter where you go, because that's like one of a kind. So
Yeah, because the thing about it is that even when I used to manage girls, and I used to have arguments about the pictures, like there were certain pictures that they liked, and they couldn't understand why I picked these pictures or what have you.
yeah,
Sometimes you need a man's point of view to
exactly.
kind of help with that. So with JR, like preach to sometimes a woman listening to a man to kind of know how to attract men.
So yeah, so it is tough, in the same way that we need like women to kind of help us know how to attract women.
Yeah.
In the same way that like you want to know your audience. So by going through us, like we can kind of help express, what type of things we like, what type of things are kind of more universal. Obviously, people are different, but there are a few things that are typically the same. Guys, they for the most part they like to be, touched. Like that's kind of a big one. Is like that's going to grab our attention. How to. Not everybody's a boob guy, but 9 times out of 10, you got a big old pair of boobs in your face. You're gonna start paying attention.
As a man, you're just gonna get hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you just not into women.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but so I mean, and so that was all it was. Is just like, it's good to always, especially if you're a partnership, like in marriage, it's a partnership. You listen to each other, and everybody makes each other stronger. Like their weaknesses are my weaknesses are her strengths, and her weaknesses are my strengths. So, but yeah, no, like listen to a guy a lot of times will help out with things like that.
So, how did the ladies respond to him, being around? Because, of course, in most strip clubs, depending on the strip club, if you have a man around, usually a pimp, unfortunately, or say a crazed boyfriend. We done seen P Valley, but how did the ladies respond?
So with him around, he's actually only seen me dance, to be honest. was when I tried out for Penthouse in Baton Rouge for the first time.
No, but he's talking about like
Hmm?
when we would actually. So
What?
how did they respond when I was like in the club working like to help you out a couple
Oh,
times and stuff
they
like that?
respond. I'm sorry, I messed up. So they really loved JR so much. A lot of when I first started, they were mostly gymnasts and really great dancers. I just really sucked back then, but they really admired his skill and had said, "Hey, he really knows what he's doing. Like, could he help us?" So I was like, sure. So he's on the hoop, he's on the pole, teaching the others like me how to do the hoop, be graceful, pole, do all the crazy tricks. He just catches easily with that coaching background and that whole former athletic background. He had everybody respected his skill.
You did the rings, didn't you, buddy?
He did.
He
did the rings.
You did the
hoop, yeah. He taught me how to do that. This is the guy.
Yeah.
Who would have known? Little secrets of Mr. Sexy Buns.
Let's see, yeah, because I knew he did something athletic. I was thinking football, but then when you said gymnast, I said, oh yeah, I already seen he probably did the range, the horse.
Yes, sir.
The balance beams, shit.
And then once I had my growth spurt in high school, that's when I switched over to football and wrestling.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, you did wrestling too?
Yes, sir.
I figured that. See, now I'm gonna tell you what's funny. My coach tried to get me to do wrestling. When I saw the movie The Banana Split, good coach. You know what I'm talking about? No, you don't ever want to be put in the banana.
You hold that leg one and then you pull the other leg way up over here.
Oh, I got it over do that as a professional wrestling maneuver.
Yes, sir.
So, so how did y'all end up getting into porn? Now, you know what I'm saying? How did being an exotic dancer, then eventually you moved into the actual business of adult film?
So getting into porn?
Yeah.
How did I get into it?
With Misha.
Oh, yeah. So a friend of mine, she said to me, you look like one of my favorite porn stars.
Asa Akira.
And I was like, I don't know if that's right. I mean, not many look like me. And I was like, oh, yeah, she's pretty hot. But I said, would you be willing to do that? And I said, well, I don't know. Do you know a photographer? Do you know somebody who can? So, with the guidance of Mr. Sexy Buns here, help me with toys, learn how to use the toys on me, because I didn't really know much about toys. It was kind of taboo being Filipino about self-care with toys.
Yeah, I had a conversation with my man.
Yeah. I don't know anything till I married him. He told me about what toys were for, sex toys.
Yeah, I had a conversation with my man. God, I can't think of his damn name. Trek Patrol.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's our boy.
Yeah, he hired you to do a video.
Porn is very interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting about the rest of the world in porn, but that's another conversation for another day.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So
she shot for Trike Patrol. Actually.
I shot for him a couple times.
Oh, you shot for him?
Yeah.
Yeah. She did a scene with Connor Cox, and I cameoed. I was on the phone. I was the husband that was always at work and not taking care of her. So she made me listen to her getting fucked by the Uber driver.
He was wrestling office supplies in the background.
He does it all, people. He's the extra, and he could be in the scene.
Yes.
Mr. Man Buns himself. Yeah. So how long was it before? Did you start shooting pro first, or did you do like your own content first?
Amateur first.
I did amateur first. I did mostly girl and toys first, solo for like first 4 years. I never did any boy-girl content. It was just strictly female. Like, I'm bisexual, so I wasn't sure. Like, I thought that was a thing. Like, everybody was doing girl, and then it was like, oh no, I added him to the equation, and then all of a sudden, it goes crazy. So that's why.
Because see, I always had this conversation with people. I said, it doesn't matter how long you do fashion, what have you. At some point, you have to fuck something on camera. Or even if it ain't nothing but a couple of scenes here and there spread out, IG model, whatever, because they're going to get bored with the other shit. And if they see you with a dildo doing everything up under God's green, they're gonna be like, all right, I need to see a real person take this so I can see what it feel like.
That is true. That's very true.
Or you gotta just keep going more extreme. If you're not gonna if you're not gonna cross over, then you gotta like, you know, keep making them bigger dildos, bigger, you know, anal toys and stuff like that.
You doing bondage and you know, period. But I mean, or you just damn great with webcamming. I'm just saying, just damn great. Just so what was your first pro shoot?
First pro shoot was with Scores Group in Miami with James Angel XXX. He was delicious.
Oh my God.
It was my very first black man experience.
Okay, we about to unpack that, ladies and gentlemen, because she had a big smile on her face. So,
like Angel a little bit. Just a little.
So like this. This is your first pro shoot. You walking onto an actual set, because I know how score works.
Yeah.
No, period. Tell me how you was feeling. Tell me your thought process, emotions, all that good stuff.
Okay, honestly, I did not know who the male talent was. JR was giving me crap like, well, since you've never been with a black man, what if he was Bix? He didn't know who he was either, but he predicted it. It was the weirdest thing. I'm like, oh my gosh. So it comes through. I'm thinking, this is different for me, but I respect talent. I mean, I don't know who he was at the time. Well, I mean, we hit it off really well. I mean, he has a very like bubbly personality like me, very down to earth, energetic. So the chemistry was there already. He was respectful, told me about his background, about, you know, he did sports. I told him my background, we both have, you know, a family. So, I mean, whatever we shared had carried over in the bedroom, and that was hot. And whatever I had said, he was creative and added that to the sexual scene. So I'm looking at him like, this is my first scene with an actual legit professional porn star. So my head is like, wow, he blew my mind. So I was a little bit taken aback because knowing my first time, I was a little bit shaky, but we already was very playful and flirty with each other on and off camera. So I think it made it easier for us not to get nervous. We were like got pictures together. We did like cutesy videos like with our cell phones together. And I really, as with porn stars, I actually would say that he's one of the best that I've worked with. And it's surprising when you work with so many. It's the main thing is he knows how to run his lines, improv it, and make me feel comfortable and make me laugh and, you know, very tingly in my other places.
Yeah. Also,
Cruzs is out. James Angel.
That was a great shoot, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we do enjoy some of the people that we do shoot with.
Yes.
We actually do. Yeah, sorry. It is real sex, people. It's just, we have someone just telling us to stop and go a lot of times, depending upon what set you're on. Now, speaking about that, it's like, because like I said, the difference, what people must don't really realize is that when you're doing content versus working on a set,
right,
it's more pressure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
More people.
More
direction.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like so with that first shoot, which both y'all can answer this, because I know you took from it from watching. You feel what I'm saying? You know, period. But for you first, Miss Cruz, you know, what's some of the things that you took from that first shoot that helped mold you now? You know, period.
Okay, I would say a lot of it was that he was able to get in front of the camera and be comfortable in his different sexual positions. It was like very acrobatic. So there's one move and he asked me, so want to try this move? I don't even know what that is, but we're doing it. So that's probably one thing.
So your takeaway was probably that, like, you know, you trying different moves and you know that like you wanted to be as comfortable in front of the camera as he was.
Yes. So I wasn't so nervous because JR always helps me with my anxiety and nervousness. I may not look like it on camera, guys, but it's really good. He helps me with my breathing exercises.
So like when she's on her way to the shoot, I would talk to her on the phone and, baby, you got this. She's, oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who this male model is. He's probably been doing this a long time. And I'm like, babe, you're Jazmine motherfucking Cruz. Anybody that shoots with you is lucky as a motherfucker.
Yeah. I just get intimidated by
right?
them, like they're up there.
So, I mean, she making noise like a June Bell, goddamn. It's just how playing.
Yes, sir.
So, but it's kind of like, but the thing of it is that, like you said before, when you do the paid gigs or what have you, well, like I tell everybody once again, it's when you're working in front of the camera, and Cruz, I want you to speak to this as a male talent, is that we are the directors on the set, secondary to the director. Why? Because we kind of control the action to a certain extent. And from watching her film, because I think she was already filming professionally before you jumped in, correct?
Yes, sir.
What's some of the things that you took from those male talents that helped you?
So
movement and stuff of that nature.
So fortunately, we've made some friends with some of those male talents already. Like one of my huge helps was Peter Fitzwell, a pretty big name down in the Miami circuit. And so like he was telling me about, the challenges that you got to focus on. You got to know where your camera is. You got to make sure you open up to the camera, because it's not just about, people don't just want to see this motion. Like they want to actually see it going. So, like opening up your hips so they can actually see the penetration, moving your hand back behind, moving your hand away so that they can actually see it, and then just a lot of those types of little tricks and tips, and like finding when to focus, when to not, when to be vocal, and then if you, for the most part, these places are pretty okay with you ad-libbing as long as it flows. Because a lot of things sound good on paper, and then when you start actually putting it out, then it's like, oh, you know what? Like I think it'll be a little bit better if I do this way.
And y'all wonder why we say the male talent has the hardest work. These are all the things he had to think about while still fucking speeding.
Yeah. I'm still trying to keep that shit hard.
Hard ass lights, no air conditioning, and they might have a boom light. They might have a boom mic.
Yeah. They might be shooting like a POV scene where, there's another dude with a camera right here while you're trying to still keep that shit hard and fuck.
And have you done VR yet?
So what?
Have you done VR yet?
We have not done VR yet, but that is something that we definitely want to try. For sure.
Like I said, for all male talent to do VR, God bless you. Ain't no way I can stay that still for some of y'all ladies. Shit. Ain't no way. They're going to see a hand creep. You're not supposed to do that. Fuck that. He can be 10 days black. Fuck it.
Yeah. You're silly.
So, shoot. So, how often do y'all film? Like to keep up with, updates and everything?
How often do we what? I'm sorry.
How often do y'all film?
I mean, as often as we can. Obviously we got the kids and stuff, so a lot of times it's after the kids go to bed, and then mom and dad try to have some alone time. But whenever the opportunity is around,
I hope they're soundproof. But go ahead.
Yeah. So like, I mean, we've got, as we continue to network and meet more people, whenever we get a chance to, we'll go out and shoot. Like if TVP had that shoot house, I jumped at that opportunity. And whenever we get, so I'd say probably at least 2 times a month, we try to get a good bit of filming in. And there's more and more as, sorry, I got some indigestion. So more and more as we go, like trying to build up that archive so you have enough in case you can't shoot for a while. So yeah.
Yeah, because see, people don't really think about that too. Because I talked to females that took, breaks. Excuse me. For whatever reason, even shouts out to the Kayla Keys. Kayla Keys, she came from breaking her leg. You know, and I tell people the key to this game is content. The more content you have, the better you are, because even when you step away, they didn't know you step away. That's why I record so goddamn much.
Exactly.
So if I want to take a
Exactly.
vacation, they didn't know I took a vacation.
Yeah.
I was still recording, you know.
Oh yeah.
But so it's like, when it comes down to it, how y'all decide what is being shot that day? Like, for example, how many solos you might want to shoot, how many boy girls, you know what I'm saying, role play, what have you. I mean, how do y'all go through your thought process with that?
So there's a couple different ways that we go through some of that. So if we're doing like shooting with, like, say, another couple or another model, or we'll all sit down at the beginning and fill out all our paperwork, and then we kind of make a list of, you know, like on a whiteboard, like, these are all the different things that we want to shoot. We want to shoot this scene, we want to shoot this scene, and everything we want to try to keep a storyline to, you know, so that it flows. Because, you know, yeah, anybody can just roll the camera and just start fucking like monkeys, but, you know, you gotta have some sort of context to go along with it, you know,
and some acting to it.
Yeah.
And the like doing it, because it's gonna show your expressions on camera. So, like he said, he's the one who actually trains me too to act.
Yeah.
So he's helping me.
And then we'll also, a lot of times, if we have like a traveling model, or if we're traveling, we'll do like a call for customs as well. So like, you'll see a post on, for example, Lora is here. She put a post out for her and the girls saying like, hey, I'm going to be for the next 4 days with Jazmine Cruz and Tatiana Steele. And I've got 3 male talents as well. So any customs, send them in. And so we'll try to knock out all of the customs as well. So yeah, I mean, it's like, and then we think about what's selling in our store, what's selling for the other people that we're shooting with. And then we try to continue to do some more of that content as well.
So people, see, he kind of already segued into what y'all know what it is. Then after that, y'all about to buckle up, because we really about to have some conversation. So you know what time of the show it is, people. It's time to show where the pussies go dry, the dicks go limp. Let's talk about the business. It's the unsexy part, people. This is shit. Y'all don't find sex by any means. This is the pain in the ass. Like he said, paying attention to numbers, marketing, promotion, editing the fucking footage, looking at the money and whole nine. Speak to, because when y'all start doing content, did y'all walk in thinking that this was going to be easy?
No, we didn't. I mean, so maybe a little bit at the beginning, but we always, like, we want to know what we're doing. We want to learn about whatever the topic is. So we do our research. We talk to people. So like, we kind of came in, expectation management is probably the best way I can put that. Like, we always try to make sure that we manage our expectations and not like expect it to be super easy. Like, I'd rather expect the worst, and that way it can only get better. So talking to them and kind of learning from our friends and stuff has been a tremendous help for us.
Yeah, and networking with the right people and learning from them and getting good references. And once you have good references and people that are like competent and very reliable, dependable, then it's easy for us to say, oh, okay, I'll work with that person. So
the long answer to no, we didn't necessarily think it was going to be really easy.
No,
because we made sure that we educated ourselves ahead of time.
Yes.
Yeah. So it like this. So when it comes to the tedious shit, who do that?
So we kind of share in a lot of that.
Yes.
But we have an editor. So a lot of our stuff we send to him, and he does all of the editing for us. He puts our watermarks in, and he sets up, like, he breaks them into several videos, and then he has teasers so that we can put the teasers on Pornhub, and then the ones for ManyVids, and, you know, things like that. So a lot of that tedious stuff is,
they have money.
Helpful.
They send this shit off. They have money.
we don't have the money. We ain't got money like that, but
nah, you do it well enough. You send it to somebody else.
Yes, sir.
To delegate. I haven't got there yet. When I will, trust me, some shit will be delegated to somebody else.
Yes, sir.
Especially the editing part. Oh my God.
Yeah, when we were at XBiz, we attended a couple of the different panels, and so one of them, there was Sarah J and a couple other big name folks that have been doing it, like freaking legends. in the business. And so they said that like you can't ever get this, you can't get to where you want to be by yourself without being exhausted all the time. Like you need a team. You need like a family almost that helps you, that goes along the way. Whether it's just having extra people to kind of help with your social media, or an editor, or someone that can help run camera every once in a while. And sometimes it's your co-performers that works some stuff out. So like you'll meet Tatiana and her husband Ian. Ian does a lot of editing himself as well. So like a lot of times we don't have to send that stuff to our editor because he'll go and edit it for us before he shoots the copies to us. And Lora is a freaking boss. Like this girl will go and shoot, and then that night or when she's back on the road, she'll start editing on her laptop as they're moving to her next spot.
It's very inspiring. Oh my gosh.
Like I can't wait to introduce you to some of these folks, man.
Oh my God. Amazing. I can't wait to meet them. So now this is the part I said we're gonna buckle up for, because my podcast, I keep it 100.
Yes, sir.
Keep it honest, what have you. We seen the craziness. I've been seeing the craziness going on with Twitter, what's going on with our wonderful industry. And like I tell people, this is the easiest spot where the wolf can wear sheep clothing or what have you. And I think the biggest problem, I keep saying this, is that people don't respect the business.
Right.
That's where the problem comes. Because if you don't respect the business, you're not going to respect the people in it. Right. So it's kind of like, from y'all on the outside looking in, what have you, everything that's going on, X-Biz, all the shit, why do y'all think people really don't respect our business as they should? And I ain't talking about the fans. Fuck that.
So, I mean, I think a lot of people struggle with like bad actors. Not like people that are bad at acting, like bad actors, but people that are in it for themselves and trying to step over others or take advantage of others, as opposed to everybody working together. Because the beauty of this business is that there's enough money for everybody. There are so many different, everybody's got a kink. There's a million people out there, all of them like different things. So, some might like it, a shredded dude. I'm not there yet, but some people like an average Joe, some people like blonde chicks. Some people like Asian chicks, big boobs. Some people like, I mean, there's enough out there that if you work together, if you help each other, then you can all do well. But you get a lot of people that they're out for themselves and they try to take advantage. Like, I respect the hustle, but I don't respect you hustling others in the business that you're in. Don't shit what you eat.
Yeah, because it's kind of me, it's like this. I mean, people get sick of time when I talk about the old days. And I keep saying this to everybody. Every era of porn had their shit with it, dog. Let's keep it. The 70s had the pimps.
Yep.
The 80s had cocaine and AIDS. The 90s, well, it was the 90s.
Yeah.
It was the 90s.
They had everything else up there going on, too.
Period. But the point being is kind of like, for example, people don't realize how many people is married in our business.
Yep.
Married couples working together in our business. Because, like, even to me, like, sometimes if a female says she's married, it catch me off guard. You know? Jazmine, do you think that ladies fall victim because y'all kind of, even though y'all married, y'all can't portray yourself as not available? You get what I'm coming from?
I think this is crazy when you ask that question, because when I was an exotic dancer, I didn't disclose I was married for 4 years. This is the first year ever when he suggested to me, you tell them you're married and you're a swinger. And oh my gosh, the demand for me went crazy. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm married. So he's like, well, I wish my wife was kind of like you. I was like, what? Which is exactly what JR said. I didn't believe him.
Well, yeah.
He's like, every fantasy of a man is what he wants his wife to be wild, kinky, and allow him to have a couple swaps. And I didn't know that. I'm like, is that okay?
I'm confiding with you. 95%. Fuck it. And
I didn't know that was a thing.
I was gonna say, no, I can't do that. You a fucking lie, nigga, because you didn't cheat on your wife so many goddamn. I will be an open marriage. A man will be open to an open marriage. The problem is he just ain't got the balls or know how to have the conversation with his wife.
Exactly.
The biggest key is to make her feel secure enough that it ain't because she is not.
Yeah.
And that's hard as fuck.
Open, honest communication is the key.
And being trustworthy and secure with your partner.
Yeah. Because women, y'all can get away with that. So y'all can bring it up. They can bring it up. We might be in our feelings for about 2 hours and be like, hey, babe, you know, I have a point.
Yeah.
So was y'all swingers before y'all got in the business?
Yes.
Or what have you? So, okay then. Who brought it up?
Which part? The swinging or the
swinging?
Okay, so the swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I brought it up because this girl, like, I was having some issues coming back from downrange from Iraq and everything.
Yeah.
I was having mental problems. Like, I couldn't really be as intimate, as close to her as she needed. Sir? Thank you. Sir. I appreciate that, sir. And so, like, I knew that she needed something that I couldn't at the time provide her. Mm-hmm. So I had approached her with the idea of the lifestyle, you know, and like, hey, look, you know, you're not going to be able to, there are some things sometimes that I'm not going to be able to provide you, or, you know, I'm going to be away a lot for work and stuff like that. You know, like, hey, you got the important thing is you're still going to come home to me. You're still mine and I'm still yours. But there ain't I ain't got no problem with you going out and getting your stuff done. You know, in the meantime.
I do. That's mad.
But this one, man, like, I would be more if she had her way, like, we'd be fucking 6, 7, 8 times a day. like, motherfucker, I need a nap. I gotta recharge. I don't have that, like, Energizer Buddy shit. They can just keep coming and coming and coming. Like, they don't have that refrag period.
Don't matter. He's sleeping and his fingers are in my pussy.
Yeah.
I grab his hand. I'm like, he's sleeping.
So when he brought that to your attention, what was your first thoughts?
Well, at first, I'm not gonna lie. It's my natural self saying I got jealous because I was like, well, she's probably better than me, hotter than me. She's gonna be like so much better personality wise. How can I compete?
And at this point, I wasn't even talking about me getting mine as well. I was talking about her because I can't handle all of it myself. I need a tag team partner, man. Sometimes I gotta be like, all right, I'm gonna make a sandwich. You take on.
He said, baby, look, I want you to go get some dick. Who is that bitch? What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You get some dick. I ain't say shit about me.
Yeah. I said, you go get some dick. She like, who you trying to fuck?
Oh my God.
Because I thought if I allowed him, that I felt like I had to allow him back. And that's where I was like very like controlling, probably possessive, like, oh, I can only have me and all to yourself, nobody else. She might be better at me than anything. But he made a suggestion, which is a great valid point. The mastery of that woman, if she teaches me, I can be better and exceed her. I was like, blew my mind. And I'm like, you're right. I've always been an overachiever. What if I would get better than her? Yeah. Well, I am very competitive. So then my eyes went, oh, I think I know where this is going. And then that's what he taught me. He was like, stop thinking negative. My positive, like, you might even be better than her than most women. And you're going to be that girl that can, you know, do amazing.
We're just going to keep making ourselves better because anytime somebody does something that we like, we share that with each other. Because then that means that they can do it too. They can try it out. So then they've got another tool in their tool belt that they didn't have before. You know, every time she comes back from a shoot, she's like, oh my God, this guy did this thing to me. Can we try that?
I'm
like,
saying,
absolutely.
Because it's like, even with me, like I sat in on me and my exes, one of my exes shoots. And I was just so fucking turned on by this shit. And I saw some shit he did, so I tried it my damn self. You know, because this is okay, people. This is the second couple that I don't talk to that the husband made a suggestion about a damn threesome or some type of swinging, and he wasn't to get another female.
No, it was not. It was so I could take a nap.
Fellas, if you want to, yo, hey babe, you can go get some dick.
Yeah.
She will fuck the shit.
I'm trying to get me a nap, man.
Yeah.
I can't do it all the time. I'm not a machine.
Yeah, I mean, but to me, it's like it's that balance.
Yeah.
Because the other person should have the option, even if they don't take it, the option to also do the same.
Yeah.
It's just what builds the resentment is when it's cut off in half.
Yep.
You know, oh, you can do it and I can't.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
And that was a challenge that we had to work through. You know, and a lot of it came from, ironically, listening to podcasts. Or funny enough, like there's some podcasts that we started listening to that from other swingers that helped us to learn, you know, the right way to do things. Not that they had the only way, but they had like, you know, the trust and the communication part of it, you know, and like.
But see, the thing that people got to realize, and in order to do this lifestyle, monogamy is mental.
Yep.
It is not physical. We has been taught that it's physical. No. Because bad example, but example nonetheless. Dude cheats on wife. He didn't cheat because he wasn't happy. The sex wasn't good. No, he just wanted some other pussy. It might have been he was in Black Bike Week or he was at a convention or something. You know, period. He's not looking to leave his wife. So was he monogamous? But what we are taught is that he was not. The reason why it was bad because his wife didn't know about it. Now let's say the wife knew about it. Actually said took pictures. You know, but you get my drift. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's knowing that y'all core is strong enough that she ain't going nowhere, he ain't going nowhere. We're just enjoying each other because you got to have a core.
Yeah.
If your core,
I mean, come on. Am I ever gonna get anything better than this?
Aww.
I ain't getting nothing better.
See, ladies, you want to know how to make sure a man OG when he say shit like that. I told you, when we get to that part, get to that one that, nah, I ain't getting no better. Nah, I ain't getting better. Nah. Nah, I ain't getting nothing better.
Yeah, I'm good. Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. So shoot, so y'all were talking about it earlier. How do y'all balance it? Because like I said, now that you are a male talent that is now chasing the porn business, and of course she already was on her way.
Yes, sir.
How do y'all balance it? Because I mean, you really, if you want to be honest, your brand is together plus separate.
Yep.
No period. Yep. And you're married. And how do y'all balance all this?
Taking breaks when we need to, making sure that we have time for ourselves. And then, you know, also like making sure that we're still very active in our kids' lives. You know, because like we're not just that part of it, you know. We're more than that. You know, we've got the kids, we've got family, we've got responsibilities outside of it that we do as well. You know, it's like we'll go and we'll have fun and we'll put the work in, you know, but then we got to make sure that we have time for ourselves and we got to make sure we have time for our family.
And I think having like dinner together, just us two, just makes us feel like we have always been in love. And it's like the first date. So that probably lets us be very comfortable and romantic with each other.
Yeah. And then also doing our dinners with the family, you know, having the kids there and talking, giving them a space to share whatever they want to share. We make sure that, you know, especially because we're in this type of a lifestyle, like we raise our kids to be sex positive. There's no slut shaming. There's no hiding who you are. It's no, you within tolerance, you're going to be who you're going to be. You know, we teach them to balance as well.
Yeah,
but we don't ever want them to.
What about your kids?
Yeah.
Like, dude, they happy when mama go do a scene. They know Christmas is going to be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. They know whenever we come back, they going shopping.
They do like, get them Jordans there.
That's right. And I need that new pair of wrestling shoes.
I just came back from Florida. We get them Jordans. I know, but I mean, to me, because I saw a little post where people talk about, parents, people, porn stars, their parents, or what have you. I mean, people keep forgetting this is a profession. We do have a life outside this shit.
Absolutely.
With marriage come kids.
Yeah.
The dudes, I mean, baby mamas, I got 2 kids grown.
Yeah.
Period. And technically, you want to be 4 steps. So it's kind of like, to me, it's like, if we was regular actors and actresses, they would take that shit into account. But with us, because we fuck on camera, they think we don't have kids and we'll be terrible parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
So I think I held y'all on here long enough.
Yeah, I would love to bring our friends on if that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go grab some of them.
I was waiting on you.
Yes, sir. You were talking, sir. I don't like to interrupt.
No, it's not good.
No, intermission, exotic dancing with Jazmine. Just kidding.
But she was waiting for them. What have you? I got you. Shit, she's shaking. What have you? People, trust and believe. We gonna bring them on the premium smoke room. You know what it is. You know where it gets wilder, crazier. Things, tits might pop out. You don't know unless you subscribe. What have you? So with you, Miss Lady, let's see. You do anal.
Being introduced?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh my God! Hello.
Tatiana Steele.
Hey.
My wrestling sexy partner in crime.
Oh my God! How was it? How was it working with the gorgeous Jazmine
And crime.
Cruz?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I was getting into it.
No, that's it. How was it working with her? How was it working together?
How is it? Are you asking me? How is it?
Yeah. How was it?
Oh gosh, working with Jazmine, her pussy tastes great. Is that what you're asking? I'm sorry.
That shit is uncensored. You can cuss all you want to. Talk is
Okay. Did you mean like real wrestling?
Well, we
wrestling. Whatever y'all shot. I think y'all probably shot more than the wrestling scene. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, let's just talk about wrestling because I kind of like talking about wrestling. Okay. So Jazmine actually is amazing. Like she has an eye for it. I took her to my training last night, to my class, and everything that the sensei told her to do, she's like studying. Her brow was like totally furrowed, and like she's concentrating and like really into it. She did a better job than I did. Like she was awesome.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Except the shrimping.
She sucked at shrimping. She can't shrimp. What?
No shrimp. I say you do a lot of wrestling videos.
Yeah.
A reaction video?
Wrestling videos?
Wrestling.
Oh, wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
I apologize.
It's just there's a little delay, but I'm good with that. Like. Yeah, I'm having fun in this interview. Okay, so I think you need to meet a couple other people. But before you do, I think I need to explain something. So I put on this shirt earlier. Like, do you see the shirt?
Yes.
Okay, it's kind of like a vest, right? It's actually like a wife beater, like tank top. I did a bondage video with Jazmine. Yeah. And Lora Cross today. And it was so much fun. And they like ripped this shirt off me. I'm not going to throw away the shirt. This is like my new best vest.
It's a red badge of courage.
It's very hot in here. Got ripped off.
And the fact that I'm a dom and she said bondage, it just touched my soul. It touched my soul.
Okay, so here they are. Here they are.
Special guests coming along.
Come on.
Laura.
Laura
Is this going on YouTube?
I don't know where this is going.
Hello, how you doing? Hello, everyone.
We have very happy full tummies because we just had dinner.
Yeah, we did.
Mr. Sexy Buns cooked.
Chef Sexy Buns.
Or Chef Sexy
It was
Buns.
so good.
My God, what Sexy Buns cooked tonight? What the chef?
Something on a
Chef cook?
stick.
Chicken
steak.
veggie skewers
And
He
steak.
on a really long stick.
He wanted meat on a stick, which could mean a lot of
It
things.
was really thick.
He
They
wanted,
like my
I like
meat.
it. I like
He
his
wanted
thick meat.
thick meat on a stick.
Yeah, I could barely fit it in my mouth.
And I actually had to go get a knife. I had to get a
She
knife
says
and cut. Well, that's.
Oh, you
Oh, that's bad.
You cut it?
Okay, you just ate all
I couldn't
eggs
fit
to
it. I
stir
tried
right
to
there.
open.
You fit his meat in your mouth.
I tried. I can't open my mouth that much.
I think you can.
She was really hungry.
So
My God.
It was a struggle.
Them legs, them mouths open up. There you go.
and then by the way, so Ian on the far side over here, that is Tatiana's husband.
How you doing, Mr. Steele? Mr. Steele.
Mr.
Heard many good
Steele.
things about you. So shoot. So I mean, so how did all y'all like connect
How did we
to work
connect?
together?
On Tinder.
Yeah, I met her on Tinder.
No, they just messing.
We hooked up on the first date because we're sluts.
She said, "I like you, you like me. Let's fuck. Let's go."
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh my God. Oh no, y'all dead serious? Y'all been on
We
Twitter?
have
Oh,
another
we have
one.
We have
another
a
guest.
guest that
We
did
have
the shoot
another
today.
Oh, come on.
More bliss.
What's up?
You just.
What's going on, sir?
He was busy. He had way too much testosterone in him. His dick was like hard all day long. He had way too much
I work really
testosterone.
hard.
And so I had to tell him, I said,
Really
we
hard.
can't apparently do it all for you. So you just need to go to the
Yeah, to
gym
go work out.
and work it off. Like sometimes a workout is even better than sex.
Yeah.
Apparently, even though he has like 3 girls
You gotta
here,
pull the
I-
blood
Yeah.
away from the
I
you
hard
gotta
should
work
cock.
out.
also go to the
Well,
gym.
I
Pull
remember
the
having
blood away
sex
from the
and
hard cock to
the
the
bench
muscles.
press.
Hard cock to the muscles.
I love cock.
Okay.
I love his cock. I love his cock.
Shoot.
Sexy buns
And the
cock.
way
I
he
haven't seen his
sounded,
cock yet.
it sounded like this, ladies. You heard what dude, right? He's still walking around with a heart on even after they finish shooting. Y'all might need to hit him up. I'm just saying, y'all
Hit him up.
keep complaining y'all can't find male talent.
Yeah, that'd be great
yeah,
male talent.
I think so.
We could do like a male gangbang, you know? Like we tie him up and we just use his cock for like
Yes.
5 hours.
I volunteer to be in that reverse gangbang.
Reverse gangbang.
Yes, sir.
I would volunteer to be that damn game back.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
Like, man, shit.
Just put him in your lap. Turn his face the other way.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I can direct this. I used to be a director. I can direct.
Oh my God. I can,
And then I've got this
I can
red
imagine seeing
shirt
it
thing
in
going on here.
oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, you want to rep it?
We go
inside.
We
Oh.
go inside.
Oh gosh.
Got it,
Oh!
Rick. Next week. So go ahead and get your bid in there. Just let you know.
What are we doing next week?
What?
You trying to wrap up the episode?
Say what?
I said, were you getting ready to wrap up the episode?
Yeah, I was going to get ready to wrap up the episode a little bit because I know y'all are enjoying yourselves and the ambiance, drinks and the fun. Y'all done fucked each other brains out, so it's time to have a ball. So with that being said, everyone, I guess how I normally do it. When y'all come back, can I call y'all smoke? But I got to bring all y'all back. It's so cool.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So can I call?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
There you go. Y'all heard it. They will be back on the Smokers Lounge, and I'm going to bring them on the premium smoke room. Y'all know what it is. The best smoke is always premium. It gets wilder. It gets crazy. It gets more unpredictable. The conversations get more saucier. Tits might pop out. Popsicle might pop in the mouth, but you don't know unless you subscribe $4.99 a month, and it's only on Spotify. So once again, like I said,
Oh, that's not on this one. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
ways. So with that being said, everybody go by down the line. Tell my fans, excuse me, the smokers, where they can spend money. On
So-
these people.
That's right.
We've all got some links. So for me, and I'll pop off because I'm not nearly as pretty as them. You go to mrsexybuns.com. MrSexyBuns.com has got all of my links for my clips for sale, many vids, OnlyFans, all of that, all the things. All right.
Sorry. I was going to just say, all you need to remember from me is Tatiana Steele, 69. Because, 69 is a really great position.
It's good. Yeah.
Yes.
Up in here, it's Jazmine Cruz, xxx.com has all of my links to Pornhub, X videos, mini vids, OnlyFans, loyal fans, clips for sale, and TikToks.
Just Google Lora Cross, LORACROSS, and see what's out there.
They'll see. They'll see.
I sent you most of their Twitter links too.
There's a whole lot.
Hey now.
Can't show the nipple. Can't show the nipple. Only the premium. When I bring y'all back to the premium. So that. Yeah, but not here because it's gonna be YouTube and Spotify. But like I said, they're gonna be in the premium smoke room, so they might show y'all a little something smoke.
All right.
So we're gonna say shut my shit down. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta pay to see that shit.
Yes, sir.
Fuck that. No, not in the email.
Amen.
Pay that $4.99.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, they will all be back. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Sexy Buns know what it is. I'll send y'all the links, and I'll be in contact with y'all so I can get each of y'all on the podcast.
Okay.
So they either be in bonus smoke or savage smoke. So with that being said, people, you know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? We haven't learned anything. Smoke this up. Tell everybody, tell the smokers goodbye.
Be a preacher, right?
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you so much. Mwah.
Mwah.